Audere Adversus mount. Audere Adversus mount is one piece CNC machine from 75 T65 1 billet aluminum, and it is made in Italy or in San Marino, but the owners of Audere are from Italy. And if you have Audere Adversus mount, you have two option parts to mount for this mount, diving, or should I say diving board. So you have totally 6 different places that you can mount these diving boards. You can add it on clock 3 on the right side, like this, and you can see that there is a recoil lock on these diving boards, so these are just not going to mount it with the screw. It also covered with that recoil lock, so it won't start moving. So you have 2 places here, and then you have on top front and rear. So if you would like have like a range finder or something, laser, you can put it one on top, and then something on the rear if you have something that you could wear. Of course, you have to look that there's a scope turret marking on the front of here, but if you would have to have something, you could use it. You could use it on top and in the both sides, and then also in the left side. On the left side we have here and on the rear. So totally 6 different places that you can put the scope link onto the mount. And I'm going to mount one of the long diving board on the top section on this Adversus mount. I'm gonna put it over there, and I'm going to need a special tool. Not all basic screw tips are able to do this, because it goes inside of the diving board on the long one quite some distance. So let's put it here, and for the diving board you need to use these screws that comes with the mount, because if you're going to use too long screws, it might happen that the screws are going in through the top plate and coming and damage your scope. So there's one screw. I try to do this with my one hand, and I'm going to use the Audere torque screwdriver. And pay attention. On the Audere Adversus mount, it says that diving boards for M4 by 10 mm screw, T15 screw head, max torque is 2.5 Newton meters, 22 pounds, 22 inch-pound. So I have to pay attention that I'm going to put the right amount of torque in this screwdriver. So there we have 2.5 Newton meters on the Audere torque screwdriver. This torque screwdriver you have 2 Newton meters up to 10 Newton meters, so you can do all type of firearm mounting with this screwdriver. Trying to switch from the Finnish into the English is not the ideal for the Finnish guy, but okay, I tried to put this wrong head. There's this plastic spacer and it won't go inside of the diving board, so I have now the right screwdriver head. So there's a one screw inside, and let's take another one. So it's 10 millimeter on the thread part for M4 threading. There goes the second one, and let's put it, like I say, on the lips. Not going to force any of those until they are both inside. Okay, there are those inside, and then going to use the torque screwdriver, and it clicks off when you know that the one that torque is get it into the screw. So there we have the diving board on Audere mount, and maybe I could mount this on this smaller diving board on the left side of the mount, because I have two of these, so why not put it inside. Now we need a second screw. There's 3 screws on the back, so if you lose or do something, you have one spare screw in on the back. So that's very nice that Audere is giving the spare screw, because these are not like your normal hardware store screws. Okay, we are in the point that we need to. There's one and there's two. Okay. Now we have 2 diving board on the Audere Adversus mount. If I would have a laser rangefinder or similar, I would able to put it on top of this long diving board, or I would have like red dot sight or something like that. It could be mounted here. Of course, I could also put it on the left side. If you are a left-hand shooter, you might want to put it on this other side, but I'm shooting from the right side, so for me it's the ideal spot. So Audere, look no more, you got the best in your hands.